Top 10 Most Haunted Houses Over the Last Century. Have you ever heard of places whispered to be haunted, where shadows linger and whispers fill the air? From ancient castles to abandoned islands, these spooky spots have captivated imaginations for centuries. But what if these weren't just campfire tales? Well, these things make more sense in places that are known for their scary stories. So let's talk about the top 10 most haunted houses over the last century that make you believe in the stories. Stay tuned until the end. Number 10. La Recoleta Cemetery, Buenos Aires, Argentina. In Buenos Aires, Recoleta neighborhood, the Cementerio de la Recoleta stands as a stunning masterpiece, recognized among the world's most beautiful cemeteries since its establishment in 1822. With ornate tombs, intricate sculptures, and mature trees, it serves as the final resting place for notable figures like Eva Perón, Argentina's former First Lady. Legend weaves through the cemetery's grid-like aisles, recounting the chilling tale of Rufina Cambacares, a wealthy 19-year-old whose delayed burial led to a spine-tingling discovery. Another ghostly presence, David Alieno, the gravedigger with jangling keys, adds to the haunting ambiance. Despite spectral stories, the Cementerio de la Recoleta remains a functional graveyard, attracting both locals and tourists. A helpful map at the entrance guides you through the 6,400 graves, revealing the city's captivating history. Number 9. Château de Brissac, Maine-et-Loire, France. Rising majestically in the Loire Valley, this castle earns its title as the tallest in France, boasting 7 floors, 204 rooms, and even a private opera house for 200 guests. Originally a fortress built by the Counts of Anjou in the 11th century, it received a royal visit from King Louis XIII in 1620, adding an extra layer of mystery as La Dame Verte, or the Green Lady, rumored to be the illegitimate child of King Charles VII. Tragically murdered in the 15th century due to an affair, she haunts the tower room of the chapel, clad in a distinctive green dress with voids for eyes and nose. Despite its spectral past, the chateau has been transformed into a popular hotel, offering lavish rooms for overnight stays. Hosting events like Christmas markets and wine tastings featuring their own vineyard-produced wines, the chateau invites guests to immerse themselves in its rich history. Number 8. Bangar Fort, Rajasthan, India. In the heart of India lies Bangar Fort, a 17th century marvel with fort walls, markets, palaces, and temples across 3 grand stories. Despite its enchanting ruins, it holds the chilling title of India's most haunted fort. Legend weaves tales of Singhiya, a wizard, and Ratnavati, a princess who rejected his advances. A cursed love turned a magical oil into a crushing boulder, sealing Singhiya's fate. His curse, condemning all within the palace to death without hope of rebirth, lingers. Another story speaks of an ascetic cursing the fort due to its shadow overpowering his land. The ominous warning persists. Any attempt to roof the fort will result in collapse. Now an archaeological site known as the House of Ghosts, Bangar Fort invites visitors to explore its eerie past with a hired guide. Daylight visits are recommended. The fort closes after sunset, locals believing that spending a night among the ruins means disappearing forever. Number 7. Myrtle's Plantation, USA. Coming up next is a quaint town of St. Francisville, just northwest of New Orleans, where stands the Myrtle's Plantation, wrapped in a 125-foot veranda. Opening its stained glass front door reveals a grand foyer adored with a magnificent French crystal chandelier. This historic mansion, where 10 people met untimely ends, echoes with ghostly tales. Foremost among them is Chloe, her ear severed by a lover, donning a green turban and casting an intense gaze at visitors, even appearing in photographs. Another spectral figure known as Ghost Girl, captured peering through a window in a recent photo, adds to the eerie sightings. Witnesses speak of a bouncing child on the beds, a soldier, a voodoo priestess, and the ghost of a previous owner ascending the stairs, the sound of his final moments still lingering. Despite its reputation as the most haunted house in America, Myrtle's Plantation has transformed into a charming bed and breakfast, offering 12 accommodations. Ghost tours, both daytime and evening, lead visitors through this historic site. Number 6. Castle of Good Hope, Cape Town, South Africa. Dating back to the 17th century, the Castle of Good Hope, built by the Dutch East India Company, proudly stands as South Africa's oldest structure. Haunted by tales of a tall gentleman leaping off castle walls and the crying Lady in Grey, who ceased appearing after a woman's discovery during excavations, the castle is shrouded in mystery. The bell tower's inexplicable ringing and the sudden appearance and disappearance of a black dog add to the eerie ambiance. Despite its ghostly history, the castle is a well-preserved 17th century marvel and a popular tourist destination. Offering 3 museums, a tribute to Krotoa, the Khoi nation leader, and guided tours revealing hidden history, it also features a restaurant in the courtyard. Number 5. Hellfire Club, Montpelier Hill, Ireland. Perched atop Montpelier Hill in the Dublin Mountains, the Hellfire Club, initially a hunting lodge from 1925, carries a dark history rooted in supernatural tales. Constructed with stones from ancient passage tombs, the site's association with the devil adds an eerie dimension. Once a clandestine haven for Dublin elites indulging in debauchery and rumored devil worship, the ruins now echo with chilling legends. Stories of animal sacrifice, black masses, and cloven-hoofed figures abound. The most infamous tale recounts a satanic visitor revealed by cloven feet when a card was dropped during a game. His sudden appearance in flames left an indelible mark. The lodge is said to be haunted by a large black cat, challenging even a priest, and a tragic young lady, allegedly rolled down the hill in a flaming barrel for amusement. Today, the Hellfire Club is a popular spot along a Dublin Hills walking trail, offering ghost tours, particularly during the Halloween week, to those brave enough to explore its chilling past. Number 4. Poveglia Island, Italy. Nestled between Venice and Lido in the haunting Venice Lagoon, Poveglia Island holds a dark past. In the 14th century, it served as a refuge for those fleeing invaders, only to later become a gruesome quarantine site during the bubonic plague. Infected Venetians met their end on giant piers here. In the 1800s, the island transformed into a mental asylum where patients endured experiments and torture. Locals speak of Poveglia as a realm teeming with ghosts and cursed spirits. Eerie voices, screams, and fleeting shadows unsettle those who dare to visit. Many report an oppressive and malevolent aura upon setting foot on the island. Despite nearly falling into the hands of an entrepreneur, Poveglia remains abandoned and strictly off-limits to most. Even if granted access, finding someone willing to guide you is a challenge, as locals fear curses and fishermen avoid the area, dreading the prospect of pulling up human remains. Number 3. The Separate Prison, Port Arthur, Australia. In the secluded Port Arthur of Tasmania, the haunting remnants of the Separate Prison tell a chilling tale. Until the late 1800s, this panopticon-style institution housed Britain's most formidable criminals, drawing inspiration from the ideas of Jeremy Bentham. Operating under the silent system, prisoners endured hooded isolation, forbidden to speak to anyone. Conditions were so unbearable that some chose death over enduring another minute in solitude, leading to gruesome acts of violence. Now the halls echo with the ghosts of hundreds of hooded inmates who roam the premises at night, remnants of the 1,000 buried in the unmarked burial ground. Today, Port Arthur stands as a historic site museum open to the public, offering nightly ghost tours for those brave enough to explore its eerie past. Number 2. Jazirat Al Hamra, United Arab Emirates. Jazirat Al Hamra, once a vibrant pearl fishing village near Ras Al Khaimah, now stands as a ghostly testament to a mysterious past. Abandoned in the 1960s, theories abound, blaming tribal conflicts, changing tides, or the chilling presence of ghosts for the village's demise. Local legends speak of malevolent jinns, spectral beings that roam the dirt roads in animal disguises, haunting the mud coral houses. Visitors report strange noises and apparitions, adding to the eerie aura surrounding the ruins. While Hollywood directors like Michael Bay have utilized the site for film sets, the abandoned village also becomes a gathering place each year. Nearby residents come together to host a party amidst the remnants, breathing life into the ghost town for a brief moment. And number 1, the Chao Nai Church, Beijing, China. Now let's talk about the most awaited haunted house. Originally established in 1910 as the North China Union Language School, Chao Nai 81 or Chao Nai Church in Beijing's Chao Yangmin neighborhood. It holds a mysterious past. Though it transformed into a Catholic church in the 1930s, the communist government took control in the 1950s, leading to ongoing disputes about its true origins. One chilling tale suggests that in 1949, the building was the residence of a Chinese National Party official with a tragic fate. Depending on your luck, encounters within may include the apparition of the official's heartbroken mistress or the inexplicable disappearance of 3 intoxicated construction workers who broke in. Adding to the eerie ambiance, the temperature inside remains unnaturally colder than the rest of Beijing, even in the heat of summer. Abandoned and considered the most haunted place in Beijing, Chaonai 81 remains undisturbed, shunned by the wider population wary of the ghostly tales. Which haunted house would you like to visit? Let us know your views in the comment section below, and for more such videos, please do subscribe to our channel.